Hello everyone, welcome back. In my last video, I discussed about the interaction of neutron with matter. We understood the probability of collision of this neutron with matter, that is nucleus, in terms of what is called as microscopic cross section, macroscopic cross section, etc. Whenever a neutron collides with the nucleus, we can expect two things to happen. One is it is totally absorbed by the nucleus to form compound nucleus, or the neutron may just scatter in some particular direction, either elastically or inelastically. Today in this lecture we discuss about the energy transferred by a neutron when it collides with the nucleus. Here we are ignoring the absorption of neutron by the nucleus. We are considering only the scattering. This is also referred to as collision kinematics of a neutron. Here we assume the nucleus is at rest. Neutron is having certain kinetic energy, say E naught. That it is having only kinetic energy because we assume it is not subjected to any force or potential. Let its initial velocity be V naught. This is incident on the nucleus and it scatters in some particular direction by exchange of some energy. It gives some energy to the nucleus and scatters in some direction. Hence, the nucleus which was at rest initially now receives some energy, a part of energy from the neutron, and it will undergo scattering in some direction, or it recoils in some direction. So this is the initial picture that we have assumed. We have nucleus at rest. This is colliding with the nucleus and undergoing scattering in particular direction. As a result, there is some exchange of energy. Therefore, the energy of the scattered neutron will be always less than the energy of the incident neutron. Or in other words, the velocity of this neutron is small in comparison with the velocity of the incident neutron. They are the same neutron, but they are different with respect to energies and velocities. Now, by applying the law of conservation of momentum, all of you know that law of conservation of momentum says momentum of the system before collision should be equal to momentum of the system after collision. What is the momentum of the system before collision? Momentum is product of mass and velocity, and we know that only the neutron has velocity. This is at rest, therefore there is no momentum for this nucleus. Hence the momentum of the system, if you consider, is just equal to the momentum of the neutron. That is the product of mass and velocity of the neutron. Mass of the neutron we have taken it as m, and the velocity of the neutron, say it is v naught. Product of m into v naught, that gives you momentum of the neutron. In fact, that will be equal to the momentum of the system before collision. And momentum of the system after collision. After collision, the velocity of the neutron is v. So velocity reduces to v, and this has some recoiling velocity. The nucleus receives a part of the energy from the neutron. As a result, the one which was initially at rest now recoils in some particular direction with certain velocity. That velocity we have taken it as capital V, and the mass remains unchanged. That mass is capital M for the nucleus, and for neutron that mass we have taken it as small m. Therefore, the momentum of the system before collision is just momentum of the neutron, that is mv naught. Momentum of the system after collision will be equal to the momentum of the neutron plus the momentum of the nucleus, that is mv plus capital M into capital V. Now if you send this term to the left hand side, you get m into v naught minus v is equal to capital M into v. Or in other words, v naught minus v will be equal to mass of the nucleus divided by mass of the neutron into the recoiling velocity of the nucleus. Here the kinetic energy is also conserved. Therefore, kinetic energy of the system before collision should be equal to kinetic energy of the system after collision. What is the kinetic energy of the system before collision? It is simply kinetic energy of the neutron. Therefore, it is of m into v naught square, where v naught is the velocity of the neutron before making an impact with the nucleus. And momentum, the kinetic energy of the system after collision, it is equal to kinetic energy is a scalar quantity. You can just simply add them. Kinetic energy of neutron, that is of m square, v has reduced as we discussed earlier, of m square, and of capital M into capital V square. What is this capital M into capital V square? This is actually mass and velocity of the recoiling nucleus. Capital N and capital V refers to the nucleus. This is the kinetic energy of the nucleus. The sum of the kinetic energies, that gives you the kinetic energy of the system after collision. Again, you can notice that this off is common on either side, you can cancel it. If you send this mv square to the left hand side, you get m into v naught square minus v square, or in other words, v naught square minus v square is equal to capital M divided by small m into v square, capital V square. This is like a square minus b square. You can write it into a minus b into a plus b. That means you can write it as v naught minus v into v naught plus v. But we know the value of v naught minus v from equation 1. What is v naught minus v? It is m by m into v. If you substitute for v naught minus v, that is m by m into v, 1 m by m into v will cancel. M by m will cancel out completely, 1 v will cancel. Therefore, this small v naught plus v is equal to capital V. That is what we get. By substitution of this equation 1 in equation 2, we get v naught plus v is equal to capital V, where capital V is the recoiling velocity of the nucleus. And adding this equation 1 and 3, just look at back, this v naught minus v naught, v is equal to m by m minus v. So here from equation 1, we have v naught minus v, that is the difference in velocities of the neutron before and after collision. Here we have v naught plus v. Hence, if you add these two equations, you get v naught minus v there, and we have v naught plus v from this equation. You will see that one equation is having minus sign, minus v there and plus v here. When you add them, it will cancel. You get 2v naught. 2v naught is equal to, you get v into 1 plus m divided by small m. Similarly, if you subtract equations 1 and 3, if you take the difference, then you have v naught minus v from equation 1 and v naught plus v from equation 2. If you subtract, v naught and v naught will cancel. You get minus v minus v. That is, you get minus 2v. I have taken that minus sign to the other side. You get it as 2v is equal to minus v into m minus m divided by m. Here also you can notice, if you take LCM, it is small m is the LCM here in the equation number 4. This is capital M plus small m divided by small m. Here capital M minus m divided by small m. Now if you take the ratios, you get v by v naught, 2 will cancel. You get m minus m divided by m plus m with a negative sign. This is what happens. Now dividing equation 5 by 4, you get v by v naught is equal to minus m divided by m plus m. Capital M minus small m divided by capital M plus small m. Now the kinetic energies of the neutron before and after collision. They are respectively half mv naught square and half mv square. There is an exchange of energy. Therefore, the velocity of the scattered neutron is less compared to the velocity of the incident neutron. But if you take the ratios of these kinetic energies, that is E by E naught if you consider, you get V by V naught whole square. But here from equation 6 we have calculated this ratio V by V naught. That V by V naught is m minus m divided by m plus m. And if you substitute here, you get m minus m divided by m plus m whole square. Or in other words, if you cross multiply, you get E is equal to E naught times m minus m whole square divided by m plus m small m whole square. Therefore, what is the amount of energy that is transferred to the nucleus by the neutron? That you can calculate. That is basically the difference between the initial energy and the final energy. The neutron has transferred a part of the energy for the nucleus. Therefore, this E is less compared to E naught. This is the initial energy of the initial kinetic energy of the neutron, and this is the final kinetic energy of the neutron. The difference in these two basically gives the amount of energy that is transferred to the nucleus. This is according to law of conservation of energy. You cannot destroy the energy. Whatever the energy that is lost by the neutron, that is actually transferred to the nucleus, and that energy is used by the nucleus to recoil in some direction. But already we have calculated from the previous equation, we have an expression for E. That E is equal to E naught into m minus m divided by m plus m whole square. If you substitute for E in this expression, you get E naught minus E naught into m minus m divided by m plus m the whole square. Therefore, that difference in energy delta E is equal to E naught into, if you take LCM, LCM is m plus m whole square times, in the numerator you get m plus m whole square into E naught minus E naught into m minus m the whole square. You can expand this. This is like a plus b whole square and this is a minus b whole square. If you expand and if you calculate the difference, you get delta E is equal to E naught into 4 into m capital M into small m divided by m plus m whole square. What happens to this amount of energy that is lost? As I said earlier, this is used by the nucleus to recoil in some direction. So therefore, this is equivalent to recoiling energy of the nucleus. But look at this equation. This is very important. This delta E depends on E naught, and it is directly proportional to E naught. So therefore, to see more energy transfer, of course cross section and other things play significant role, but E naught is important and initial energy of the neutron is very important. And in the denominator you have m plus m whole square, that is like m square plus m square small m square into 2m m capital M into small m. That means if the mass of the nucleus is more, then you can see that the scattering is more possible. So the neutron will scatter in some direction almost by transferring less energy. That means it is inversely proportional to m square. This is very important relation. This expression gives you the amount of energy transferred by the neutron to the nucleus when it just collides with the nucleus without absorption. Or you can also use this expression to calculate recoiling energy of the nucleus. For numericals in the examination, this is very important expression. Generally you will have a question on this. They will either ask you to calculate the energy transferred by the neutron to the nucleus during collision, or they may give you, it undergoes so many collisions. They will give you number of collisions. In each collision, this is the amount of energy transferred. They may ask you to calculate the total energy transferred by the neutron after certain number of collisions, or they may ask you to calculate the recoiling energy of the nucleus. They are all same and they can be calculated through